Positively Montana is sponsored by Yellowstone Valley Electric Cooperative.
Adult and Teen Challenge started in the Heights in November of 2020. It helps men overcome drug addictions. And in those 2 years, it's had quite a few successes. We had a chance to talk with some men who have made it through the program.
All my life, I've struggled with addiction, methamphetamine, and alcohol. I have 5 children of my own. I just wanted to have a better life. I was just running from the law, running from myself, just not living a good life.
Jason Santiago had a drug problem while growing up at Laurel. He has been working to overcome his addiction for the last 10 months in the Billings Adult and Teen Challenge program.
I've never had a personal relationship with Christ, and I've never had this many loving people around me and just nurturing me to become a better person, a better father.
Others in the program have experienced similar challenges and successes. Adult Teen and Challenge is run on private donations and does not turn away people who can't pay or don't have insurance. Christopher Greer is the outreach coordinator for the Billings Adult and Teen Challenge. He started receiving help shortly before the home ran its first Christmas tree lot, and he has made it successfully through the program.
It's not a fight, it's not a struggle. Sobriety is easy. The struggle is gone, and I owe all that to God and the Teen Challenge.
Others at the home have also gone through rehabilitation. Pastor Randall Wilbur is the executive director of the Billings home, which he started.
I knew that there were men in Montana that if they had access to what I had access to, they could change, just like I did.
Give the next person a hand up as well and show them how we made it.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
Well, still to come on the MTN 10 o'clock news here on Q2, that Thanksgiving turkey may be harder than ever to come by, and that has some Montanans getting creative to fill the table. And in sports, history in the making, Broadview Lavina chasing their first state championship, not only on the gridiron, but in any sport. We'll hear from the Pirates coming up.
The MTN 10 o'clock news continues right after this. From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 10 o'clock news.
More than 50 million domestic birds have tested positive for a nasty strain of bird flu since the beginning of January, including flocks here in Montana. We'll couple that with inflation, and turkeys are more expensive and harder to find this Thanksgiving. But as MTN's Jackie Coffin tells us, people are finding uniquely Montanan ways around this problem.
The oven is empty. The platter, a little less full. This year, due to turkey shortages, people are finding creative ways to put dinner on the table.
Full chicken breast, please.
Variety is the name of the game at the Meat Palace on 16th Street, a butcher shop serving Billings for 40 years.
We got probably one of the largest fresh meat counters in the town. We make 18 different flavors of brats, chicken, pork, everything. We got it all.
But one thing absent in the case this year, Thanksgiving turkeys.
We are sold out. We sold out a week ago on our turkeys.
A result, owner Jason McKittrick says, of the bird flu and rising feed costs.
Turkeys have been tough to come by this year. My smoked turkeys, I got a phone call a week before I was going to order, and they told me they are not going to have any because of the turkey shortage this year. So that kind of put us in a little bit of a bind.
McKittrick gets his smoked turkeys from a commercial producer, and it's commercial producers nationwide that are experiencing huge losses in their flocks due to bird flu.
Turkeys are about $1 more a pound almost this year. Bird flu, feed prices, all of that contributes to that price and supply and demand.
On top of that, feed prices have increased due to inflation, so farmers are raising fewer birds. McKittrick also buys and sells turkeys from the Mountain View Hooterite colony near Broadview, and it's those birds that flew off his shelves this year.
We normally get our Hooterite turkeys here local, our fresh ones, but even they said they had their numbers down a little bit.
While McKittrick says he is turning away a lot of people looking for turkeys, loyal customer Jay Rosen has a solution of his own.
I've already killed a turkey. I go turkey hunting every fall, every spring, and I'm cooking a wild turkey. I'm going to smoke it.
And McKittrick says if you're out of luck on turkeys this year, he has alternatives.
Got plenty of hams and prime ribs, though.
In Billings, Jackie Coffin, MTN News.
Well, there's only a couple of weeks left in this year's deer hunting season, and chronic wasting disease, or CWD, is once again a main concern at checkpoints across Montana. The disease first detected in the state just 5 years ago, and wildlife officials say it's something that will never go away. Getting a test is free to hunters, but so far, sample collection numbers are dropping this year. On November 10th this year, there had been just over 2,600 samples collected. In 2021, at the same time, that number sat at more than 3,000. This season, the Billings region has seen 5 positive results and 79 total for Montana. Although CWD has never been reported to be transferred to humans, FWP strongly urges against eating the meat if you have a positive result come back. Well, Ed, you told us we'd be in for more snow, and we're starting to see it.
That's right. And for a lot of us, it'll be less about the snow or more about the slippery. We're going to talk about that when we come back.
The MTN 10 o'clock news continues right after this. Storm Tracker weather starts now with meteorologist Ed McIntosh.
Starting off with the Stockman Bank weather cam here, things fairly quiet around Billings right now. We've had the snow band moving down and across the region. I'll show you the radar in a second. With that, we've already had some serious travel problems, and that's going to continue into tomorrow. Ice, some blowing snow here this evening, and then we're looking at some pretty cold temperatures to follow here. Regionally, we looked for temperatures to struggle today, and once again, we were cooler than average, but the overnight low was actually pretty close to where we typically be. 33-mile-per-hour top wind gust, and from those little showers that we've had, we picked up 1/100th officially at the airport so far. Here's how it looks right now. Temperatures are into the 20s, some teens on the map as well. 24 Miles City, 26 Sheridan, Cody at 23 and 27 in Livingston and Billings. So the cooler air is starting to settle in. Temperatures will drop down mainly into the single digits and teens tonight. The really cold air will show up tomorrow. And we've got this northwesterly wind pushing this cold front down across the region. Check out areas like around Bowman, North Dakota. 37-mile-per-hour wind gusts. It's been breezy for you around Miles City. A little bit of a wind here in Billings that's blowing some of that rain and snow around. And visibility problems are pretty widespread as well. So we've got all these big impacts coming in. The one thing we don't have, other than in the mountain foothills, we showed you pictures from around the Red Lodge area. You see some of that fading south to Billings now into the mountain foothills as far as accumulating snow. That band of snow has moved past Billings, so it doesn't look like we're going to get very much out of this. We got just enough of a wind that has stopped a lot of the moisture from reaching the ground. Still have the winter weather advisories into effect, looking at higher accumulations, but a lot of this is because we're worried about travel out of this. Slick conditions and poor visibility heading into tomorrow morning. So while the snow is fading south of Billings, that doesn't mean we can't get a little bit more out of it, but